Good evening. Hi, guys. So tonight we're starting 5 p.m. Eastern. I'm on 9 minutes early. I'm going to open my BarkBox. I'm super excited. I love BarkBox. I'm not sponsored by them or anything, but we still get our BarkBoxes. So I'm going to open that while we wait for a few people to hop on. Hello, Haley. So super good to see everybody tonight. I'm going to open the bark box and then I'm going to just talk a little bit about service dog training. I had a lot of people ask me questions, but right at 5, the live dog training tutorial starts, and then we follow by a Q&A. It's going to be really fun. So get your questions on. Sweetie, are you a good girl? Are you ready for the live? Are you a good girl? Splitty had her teeth cleaned yesterday, so she's a little tired. She was a little stressed out afterwards, even though she loves the vet. But we had our teeth cleaned. Can we see teeth? Can we see? Oh, they're so pretty. Oh, look at the teeth. This is another thing I start doing with my dogs when they're very, very, very young. Just as a daily part of petting and loving, I'll just go so petting and a little bit of petting, and then maybe I just put the lip up and that's all. Then I pet, and maybe the next day I put the lip up and the bottom lip down. Oh, good girl, good girl. And then the next day after that, I put the top lips up and maybe feel her teeth like I'm brushing them. Good girl. And then slowly over time, you develop that the dog just understands if she's still and not fighting you, you let go. Okay. And then over time, we can graduate to open the mouth, right? We can open the mouth and close the mouth, and we can open the mouth. Oh, we got a little resistance there. So just, yeah, they're open and close. Good girl. So see, we haven't even done that in a long time, but because she got her teeth cleaned, maybe at the end I can show you how I brush them. So I have a little finger brush that I put on, and it's much better than a long toothbrush because it's really hard to get that in the dog's mouth. It's a little like, it almost looks like a condom, but it kind of rolls onto your finger and it has the bristles. And then you can just lift up on the top lips, and I put my palm here to stabilize her chin, and then I just kind of start working that finger toothbrush, and it's simply just like that. I go to the front, and you can do that. Good girl. Yes. Great job. And she has turkey toothpaste, so she knows, she gets really excited about that. That's another thing. Any of you guys with puppies, feeling the ears for no reason at all, just giving them an ear noogie. Oh, I'm going to give you an ear. So if you don't want to stick the tip of your finger, if you have nails, you can take your knuckle, and then I open up the ear and I take my knuckle, not my sharp nail, but the knuckle, the little nub, and I can just give her a little, you'll find the spot where they go, I like it. Good girl. She actually really likes it. Then I'll go to the other side. And the reason I do it is every dog, there comes a time and, oh, he's at the noogie spot. Oh, yeah. Oh, she like me. Yes. There comes a time in every dog's life where you're going to have to open that ear. Maybe they have ear mites, or that you have to put drops in, or you got to be able to look in and put drops down. So I always start it with a little rub. Oh, there we are with a little rub, and then you can put your medicine in. Same thing with a new puppy, feeling the feet, spreading the toes, feeling in between each toe, feeling the little webbing in between each toe. Sometimes stickers or foxtails get in there. And if you just learn to just do it every day, yeah, if she tries to pull away from me, which she usually doesn't, there, good, yes. So as a puppy, and you can even follow that with a treat or have somebody else like feed a piece of string cheese while you're feeling the dog's toes. And over time, this will help you with nail clipping and, whatever we need to do. Take the dog's temperature, and stuff like that. So, okay, we haven't gotten to my bark box yet. I'm very excited for our bark box. Are you excited? All right, I'm going to get my little bark box out. So I've been very happy with BarkBox just because, I have 5 dogs, so I only get the BarkBox for one dog, and we share it. We share it, and she knows what it is. Yeah, do you know it? You excited for your box? What you think? Huh? Was that your box? Yes. Was this yours? Good. Yeah, that is yours. Good girl. Good girl. Oh, how do you open this? Oh, it's so exciting. Oh my goodness. Oh, what's in there? Okay, it's very cute. It's Madagascar Unleashed. So you always get a really cute like wrapping. They're so careful and it's really, really cute. There's toys. So we got a little, I don't know what this one is, a little, what is this? A little lemur. They're really well made. They've got the crinkles and the squeakers. Yeah. Okay. And then this one, oh my gosh, it's got like a bungee thing. Squeaker. Always has squeakers. This is very cute too. Oh, it's an owl. It's very cute. I can't tell it's an owl. You ready? Do you want this one too? Give me a kiss. Give me a kiss. Give me a kiss. Give me a kiss. Yes. Good. Oh, well, it's good she got her teeth done. Okay. Then also what's in it? Good girl. You want the other? Ready? Are you kissing? You kissing? You kissing? Are you kissing, mommy? Okay, leave it. Leave it. Leave it. Okay, kiss. Leave it. Okay, kiss. Leave it. Kiss. Good girl. Get it. Arr. Okay. So we also have some gobble jerky bars. We're going to sample those tonight. I have 2 pork stick recipes. Delicious. And I have Clucky Yummies. And BarkBox is very, very smart because they give me soft, perfect treats for training. So the one box, I'll give you guys a tip. I don't know if it'll work, but this is like a top secret tip. So a while ago, I was just going through my apps and like seeing what I was paying for. And I'm like, I'm going to cancel BarkBox. I'll just go buy a toy because it was kind of expensive. So I canceled BarkBox and they got back to me with an email and they said, why are you canceling? And I just said, I'm on a budget. I can't do it. So they sent me an email saying, we'll give you the same BarkBox for half price. So I hope that's okay. I think that's good advertising. They have great customer service. So I added it back in and I pay half the price. I have to look at what I'm paying for this, but it's, you know, it adds something different. So they're not always eating the same treats and stuff like that. And then you get, I mean, it's kind of silly, but it's cute. It gives you things to do and you can take pictures and tag your BarkBox or whatever. So anyway, I love BarkBox. And I was going to talk a little bit about service dogs. Yes, I train dogs. We are going to train dogs tonight. So we kind of ran out of time. I was planning on taking the first 10 minutes to talk about service dogs. I have to explain to you guys, I come on live and there is so much information. There is just, I have a lot of information. So please understand, if I don't get to your question, I have a list. Everybody that messages me, I put it down on a list and I'm going to go through an order of like how many people want each thing. But I do have a few people, not quite enough, but I'm almost right about to do a service dog kind of Q&A, what it is, what it means, what qualifies as it, what tasks they can do. I'm going to do that. So hang tight. It's coming. It's probably not going to come tonight, but I'm going to go ahead and start the dog training tutorial. And are you ready? Do you have both your toys? Okay, good girl. Okay, hold tight. We're going to get some treats. We're super excited to start. And I'm going to get some. These are, again, I showed these last time. These are just nudges, the grillers. I don't know if that looks backwards to you, but they're really, really soft, like Steak-umm, you know, they're really soft. No crumbling treats. I hate crumbling treats because it distracts the dog, right? Okay, break. So my dog is really hungry, and I had a lot of people asking me about the leave it command. So like anything else, the leave it command, okay, what is the leave it command? The leave it command is whatever my dog is doing, they will stop doing it. If their nose is on a snake and I say leave it, she'll pop herself away from the snake. If she's up on the couch and I say leave it, she jumps down from the couch. So it's a command that once they generalize it, which means you start to use it in more situations than just training it. So we train commands first, right? And then you can use them in different situations and they generalize the game that we teach them to other situations. So if she's jumping up and she's up on the guest, I can say leave it and she goes whoop. She understands it's a conceptual command. Dogs are capable of conceptual learning, which is wonderful, right? So if you have a leave it command, you can use it in all different things. So I do not, a lot of trainers play leave it in their hand, like they'll hold a treat in their hand. And then when the dog stops trying to get the treat, they say yes and they feed the dog. This is to me the number one thing never to do because you need your dog to follow your lure and follow your hand for other types of really cool tricks. So I don't teach leave it on my hand. Once a dog is very, very advanced, yes, the rules change and you can teach her to leave the food from your hand, but I wouldn't start there. So let me lower this camera so we can show how I start. Okay, and if she's too trained for this, meaning if she's going to get it really fast because she knows leave it, so I'll bring out Izzy, the one that's in training, and we'll do it with her so you can see a dog that doesn't know it very well. So the first thing I'm going to do is make sure my dog is hungry, and she is. I can see her coming forward towards the treat. Plus, I know my dog is hungry. I set her up for success. Yes, maybe I even give her. Oh, it's delicious. Oh my goodness. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to drop the treat and I'm going to cover it with what I call a claw. Okay, this is a claw. Okay, and my hand on the ground in the claw is very different than teaching her leave it from a lure hand up high, if that makes sense. So make sure the food goes on the ground, okay, and make sure you cover the treat with a claw, okay. If the dog tries to get the cookie through the fingers, then you smash it, okay. If your dog is hurting your hands or whatever, you can do it with your foot. You can say leave it and stomp on the foot, okay? So it happens very quickly. And she already heard the word leave it, so I think I'm going to release her. Good. Okay. Ready? Leave it. Yes. If she leaves it, I take the cookie and feed, okay? So I'm going to put the cookie down. I'm going to get her running around first. Good. Ready? Good. Ready? Leave it. Yes. Okay, and then you can start with like testing. You can lift your hand off the cookie, lift, yes, and if they don't come forward, treat, okay? If your dog is like trying, and not leaving it, you smash the treat like this. You smash it onto the ground. And the second they stop trying, which means they look away, they step away, they back off, they try something else other than like just trying to get the treat, you go, yes, and you pick up the treat and you feed it to them over here. You do not let them pick it up where it was, ever, 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 ever. Okay? So I'll show you what never to do. This is the biggest mistake in all of dog training. You never want to go like this. Okay, I'm just going to release her. Break. Good. I'm going to let her chase a cookie. Break. Whee! Get it. Get it. Find it. Yes. Good. Come. Good. Leave it. Break. Never. Never do that. Never. Okay? So she had a super good leave it. You do not then release her to go pick up the levy thing. You see what I mean? You pick up the treat in your hand and you feed her over here. Okay? So I'm going to do it correctly now. Okay, ready? Take a bow. Yes. Spin. Oh, that's not a spin. You spin. Whee! Spin the other. Okay, other. Spin. Take a bow. Break. Get it? Good. See, I'm testing her little break. Get it? Good. Ready? Leave it. Good. Leave it. So, right, if she steps forward towards the treat, I'm going to smash the treat. If she tries harder to get it, I'm going to smash it harder. If she does this, yes, I pick up the treat. Ah, she came forward. Leave it. I do not want any forward movement, okay? She's an advanced dog. She's leaving it. So when I go to feed her, yes. She's not allowed to walk forward, okay? I'm going to move it closer. Here's the treat. Here's my treat. Leave it. Good. Leave it. You guys see the treat? It's right here. Yes. So it gets really crazy after a while. You can like put it on their nose or on their paw. Wait. Leave it. Yes. I'm going to try to put it on her paw. Leave it. Yes. Wait. Leave it. There. Nope. Ah! Oh, smashing treat. I got it. She almost got it, you see? So you can make it like a little game. You got to be quick, though. She almost got it. Wait. Leave it. Good. Ah. Yes. Pick the food up off of her hand and feed it to her. Do not let her go down and eat it off the hand. Okay? So they're always anticipating that the leave it, they're never going to get to then go to the, whatever that thing is. I never release my dog from a stay to the reward. Hardly ever, ever, ever. For example, let's say you're working the leave it with a food bowl, okay? So if I'm working the leave it with a food bowl, right? Let's say you're, yeah, good girl, stay. So I'm going to put some food in it so it's fair. So we have a real situation here with a chicken strip. So these are the chicken strip version of the nudges. These were from Ingles, but just any Costco chicken strips or stuff, you have to make sure they're really, really rubbery. No, they're rubbery. They don't crumble and crust. They're rubbery. And when I feed her, I mean, I break off the smallest piece. Okay, so here's my food. Leave it. Here's the bowl. I see so many people put down their food bowl. You know what? This bowl's hard to see. I'm changing my bowl. Hold on a second. Here's okay, chicken strip, a silver bowl so you guys can see it better. Get ready. Yes. Up sit. Yes. Stay. Okay. So here's my chicken strip. Here's my bowl. I see so many people go, look how good my dog's stay is. They put the food down and then they release their dog to come eat it here. Bad choice, terrible choice. Never do that. Why? Of course she'll release herself and eat it. What's the harder behavior? The harder behavior is that one. So I go, yes, and I come all the way back. And if I had to feed her and give her her dinner, I'd say yes, and I'd let her eat there. This is reinforcing the behavior of stay. If I would have stay, if I do this, okay, break. That's working on the release command. That's not working on stay. Do you get it? So you have to start thinking in a way that will help your dog. And if you like to put the food down and say stay or leave it, make sure you pick up the food and go bring it to the location the dog is in. And that reinforces the leave it or the stay. But when you say stay and then get it, right? You're just know that you're working on release if you do that. There's nothing wrong with it, but you're not working stay. In fact, you're working against stay because the reinforcement didn't come for stay. If you reinforce on the leave it or the stay, you deliver the treat to the location of the leave it or the stay. Does that make sense? If you have a dog that's really having trouble with your hands and he's trying to dig or scratch, then you can, like, I'm going to get a collar. Hang on 1 second. 1 second. Okay. Again, I showed you guys this, but I'll show it again because I love this little trick, the thread the head game, where the dog puts her own head through the collar. So do it again. Back. Thread the head. Good. And all I'm doing there is luring. Good girl. I'm putting a treat through the collar and pulling her head through with the lure, and it's fun. So I'm going to do that. You hungry? Back. Good. Wait. Come through. Good girl. Good. Okay. So if your dog is really crazy and scratching your hands during the leave it, you can use your foot. So I might drop it, smash it, leave it. Okay. Undo it. What's this? Okay. She's not going to go up because she's trained. But in other words, you would hold your dog back. You would place the treat down. You say the word leave it, and then you step on the treat. You step on it until your dog stops trying or moves away. As soon as they stop trying or move away, you pick the treat up. Yes, and reinforce. Yes, get it. Woo! Okay. That's step one. You know what I mean? So, like, you have to teach step one. You have to teach it before you start using it, right? Don't expect to do a couple training sessions with leave it and then scream leave it when your dog is chasing a squirrel. Because the drive, which means the determination of the dog to get that squirrel, is a lot different than her in a controlled environment in the living room, leaving a treat on the floor that I covered. That's very different than a dog running loose after something and you use your leave it command and it doesn't work. right? So before you decide to use it outside, you need to proof your dog in a situation where you have a long line, okay? And I'm gonna get my long line to show you guys. You would have, I love these. These are Biothane. Biothane feels like leather, but it's rubber. It's indestructible. It can't break. It feels good on your hands. I hate nylon leashes. I hate them. They cut your hands. So this one's like a 30-foot lead. Okay, it's 30 feet. So if I had an untrained dog and I was going to practice my leave it outside in the world, guess what? I'm going to put this on. I'm going to maybe lead her up to the tree with the squirrel in it and let her start barking at the squirrel. And then I'm going to say leave it. And if she doesn't leave it, I'm going to run. I'm going to say leave it and I'm just going to run. That's her deal. But I won't do that level of training until I've confirmed and taught the level of leave it that you just saw here tonight. Does that make sense? And then, guys, that's called proofing, but you don't proof the dog and you don't use your command out in the wild until you've taught it in the living room with no distraction. Okay, then you go out and maybe you don't start with a level 10 distraction. Maybe you start with just being outside in the grass with some birds. Or maybe another dog in your household is loose, doing something, whatever it is that's like your dog's biggest distraction. Don't start with that one. Start a little bit less than that. Go for like, can I do it when outside with nothing much going on, no squirrels on the fence line, right? So you want to save that level 10 distraction for when your dog gets really well versed in the leave it, okay? So thank you. I see the same question coming through a few times, and thank you for doing that because I try to look down, but how do you deal with jumpers? Okay, a lot. So that's a huge subject. You can do a million different things, right? So you can take your attention away. Biddy, down. This is a great thing to like watch your dog in the camera because she thought my back was turned and she I just put her on. She wasn't really on a stay, but it's kind of an interesting little sneaky training thing that you can do with your dog. Set the camera up so that you can see when like if you're working at your computer, put your camera and then do your stay with your back turned, and then you can see when the dog breaks the stay. That's interesting. Okay, so what were we saying? Jumping. So there's a million ways from last Tuesday, right, to teach your dog not to jump. I do a combination of all of them. So here is my answer in as nutshell as I can do, okay? We're going to get back to dog training again, but I'm going to answer this question because I saw it come through a few times. First of all, you have to take away all attention for jumping, meaning you don't look at the dog, you don't yell at the dog, you don't pay any attention to it. In fact, if the dog jumps, I cross my arms. If she jumps again, I turn my back. If she jumps again, I leave the room and close the door. So the dog starts learning as soon as I jump, I lose what I want. See, the dog is jumping because it wants you. It wants your attention. It wants your eye contact, your mouth, your face. It wants to be up near your head or your hands. So the minute my dog jumps, cross my arms. If she jumps again, turn my back. If she jumps again, I run out the door and close the door. You don't have to stay out for long. Come back in. If the dog jumps, run out the door. Come back in. If the dog jumps, run out the door. So that's a game I play with a lot of dogs that are learning. If finally I come back in and the dog doesn't jump, I'll add a treat, right? Or maybe I'll command sit. And if the dog chooses to sit, I'll treat it. If I say sit and the dog jumps up, I'll leave the room, okay? Phase 2, after you've gotten the idea across, is you can add a gentle leash correction, like and you pull as the dog jumps up, I pop down on the leash. But I can't ethically teach you guys how to do a correction because it's too hard to just say it in a nutshell. After I do the initial training of sit, down, stay, leave it, turn my back, leave the room, take my attention away, tell everybody, all my friends and all my family members, do not pay attention to this dog if she jumps on you. And everybody's played by the rules and the dog is still jumping, I will add correction. Absolutely, I will add correction. I don't need a dog. I mean, in California, it's 100% liability law. If your dog jumps up and scratches a little kid on the face, you can lose your house. I mean, it's that serious. If your dog scratches someone because they're happy to see them and it puts a scratch on their face, you can be sued. So you have to do it for the dog's safety, for your safety. I've seen super, super friendly dogs get taken to court and had $100 lawsuits just because they were happy to see a kid and put a scratch on the face. So you got to be very careful. Okay. And parents that have their kids' friends coming over, supervise, supervise, supervise. Kids will tease dogs. Kids will tease dogs. And it's true, no matter how good your kid is, kids will tease dogs. Supervision all the time until the kids are old enough to know. It's like you wouldn't leave a 2-year-old by the pool. It's the same thing. Dogs are 2-year-olds. And children under a certain age are 2-year-olds. You can't say, oh, be nice to the clean that. They don't understand. So supervise, supervise, supervise. Okay. Now, does that answer your question about jumping? I hope it does. It's okay if you missed the beginning. A lot of these posts are going to be, live posts. I'll always try to still answer the questions. So barking, okay, barking is the same as jumping. So you have to go through the steps. Your dog has to learn no, your dog has to learn stay, your dog has to learn leave it. And when the dog barks, I can say leave it. And if the dog barks again, it's going to get a correction. But that's only after you did the steps you just saw. It becomes very simple. What's hard is to be consistent. It's hard to keep your timing good. It's hard to always have rewards. That's the hard part. You have to stay consistent. So if you spend 3 weeks training leave it, and then on the 4th week you say leave it and the dog doesn't leave it, and you just let him not leave it, then you've undone all your training. You've undone all your training. You've become inconsistent. Okay, so I'm going to stand up. I've got to stretch. Oh, my aching bones. Oh, yes. All right. I want to show you guys. You guys want to see it with Izzy, the leave it with a dog that doesn't really know what they're doing? Okay. Yes, aggressive dogs with the treat. Step on the treat. Leave it with the treat till he's way backed off. And if he approaches you as you go to pick the treat up, smash the treat with your foot. Let me bring in a dog that doesn't know the leave it. This is a border collie. You want to do one more thing before I go bring in a different dog? Do you want to? Get in. Good. Down. Cross paws. Yes. Good. Cross the other. Good girl. Okay, and we learned this on another tutorial. Are you shy? Are you shy? Yes, good. So you saw duration there. I withheld my yes, and that got her to do it for a longer duration, right? And in the beginning, if your dog even touches their eye, trick is over, okay? Again, I did a whole tutorial on that trick. You have to scroll down, go to my page, my profile, and scroll down. It's called the Are You Shy trick, and there's the full tutorial there, okay? Last week, we worked on a little bit of target training, but again, I'm going to get Izzy out because she was very reluctant to get on the bucket. So I started working her on the platform, which is what I want to show you. So I'm going to do leave it with her. And I'm also going to work on a little bit of platform with her, but maybe I'm going to start really quick, the platform with Splitty, and then I'll bring Izzy out. So, okay. Okay. You guys might have seen the platform. I did a couple of posts with the platform. I think we did this in a couple of lives, but really, dog a space that if they leave it, so like if they choose to come off the platform, you can bring them back on the platform, and that really gets the concept of stay across. It'll also get your hind end movement going, your sits, your downs, and your stands going really, really well. And so a lot of you guys have seen like the super fancy stay, hind end movement on a lot of these German Shepherd dogs and stuff like that. And a lot of that is taught with the platform. So get ready. See how it helps her pivot because she understands how to get on that platform. Good. Flip. I always do heel on both sides to keep her even. Good. Get ready. Yes. So it can really help the dog learn positions. Break. Get it, get it, get it. So if, like, no matter where I am, get ready. Yes. Good girl. Stand. Good. Flip. Good. Stand. Stay. I might move myself. Good. Good. Break. Get it. So it doesn't matter where I am. Get ready. Good. Yes. Girl. Break. Come. Stay. Get ready. Yes. So get ready is basically the dog finding heel position. Okay, and that's this, me just changing sides with a lure, and she wants to seek all 4 feet onto the platform, is working her hind end movement. If the bucket is too hard, break, go, get it. So I'm going to show you guys the basic steps are you need to be able to lure your dog. Good girl. No, you're not going to do it. She wants to do a handstand. Okay. Okay, handstand. Up. Handstand. Handstand. Can you do it? Can you do it? Handstand. Handstand. Up. Wait, back. People can't see. You have to go. You have to be able to. Come here. She wants to show you her handstand. So we've been working hard on it. Handstand. Up. Handstand. Yes. Girl. Good girl. This way. Handstand. Handstand. Good. And I am catching her, but she is launching into the position herself. Break. Good. Let's do it this way. Come up. Good. Handstand. She's launching herself, and then I'm kind of here to catch her. Handstand. There. Good girl. Okay, good girl. So let's go back to luring onto the platform. So I made this just out of rubber flooring, and she's already trained, so it's almost hard to lure her. But with an untrained dog, maybe you just get, yes, 1 foot on the platform, okay? And then you can lure your dog all the way up, all 4 feet before they get a treat. And then you can start doing down, good, stand, down. I start doing down to stand. Down, yes, to stand, yes. And you want to be able to go down to stand with no movement of the front legs, okay? So that down, see how her front legs are creeping forward? I'm not going to give her the treat. Down, good. Stand, good. So it's like a back down. It's a bow down like that. Do you see? And then stand, her feet shouldn't move. Down, oh, her front foot moved. Stand, I'm only going to give it to her front if her front foot doesn't move. Back down, good. Stand, good, down. Almost, stand, down. Stand, down. Okay, I'll accept that one. That was pretty good. Good. Okay, so it's actually hard for her with a lure because she's fully trained without the lure. So let me show you from over here. I'm going to leave the camera. Go to your place. Break, go. Go box. Good. Up, sit. Stand. Sit. Stand. Down. Okay, she came off the place. That's fine. Stand. Sit. Stand. Down. Stand. Up. Back. Down. Okay. So that was pretty good work without me, but as you see, she's having trouble, right? She's hanging her feet over the edge. So break. Sometimes I make a box. This is just made with PVC pipe. And the PVC is also a way to keep the dog's feet from coming forward. Let me see if she does better with the box. Go box. They have to learn to get in it. Up, sit. Yes. Stand. Down. Good. So that corrected the front movement. Stand. Yes. Good. So because instead of falling off something, she's like in it with the front bar raised. So let me show you from this way. Good. I'm going to get a different cookie here. Just about, a few minutes into training. And keep in mind, Splitty does a really good job. She does these lives for like an hour and a half and doesn't stop working. And she's really, really good. I'm going to get some of these Clucky Yum Yums here from BarkBox. Ooh. Just kidding. Okay, for those of you who get it, that was pretty funny. All right, so I'm going to, let's say you have and you can make one of these for like 50 cents. So I can explain it to you guys later. If you have a dog that doesn't know how to get in there, see how she's crooked? You can lure your dog. So I take them to the back of where the opening is and I say, oh my God. You are such a good girl. Look at you. So we've been working really hard. This shows you how when you create a reinforcement zone, I mean, she's doing a handstand on the wall. Good girl. Good girl. Okay. Can you walk? Yes, good girl. Sometimes magic just happens and you've got to go with it. Okay, good girl. Okay, you walk? Yes, good. So she's learning to walk. Good. Okay, I'm going to move that because that was really fun. You did a good job. Okay. So I walk my dog into the box. Yes. And to get her to stand, oh, these are crumbly. I'm kind of upset with BarkBox. To get her to stand, I'm going to lower my hand and pull her forward, but push back on her nose. Okay. I don't know why this angle is not working. Hang on. Okay. Okay. Break. Good. So I'm going to lead my dog into the box. Come. Yes. And you can get really square positions. Break. Good. Sit. Up, sit. Stay. So like if I want my dog to get into heel, get ready. It can help the dog. Up, sit. Good. Stand. Yes. There's your hind end. Up, sit. Good. Those front legs should not move. Stand. Yes. Down. Beep. Beep, 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 beep. Down. So I'm just touching her toes. Okay, please don't get all up in arms. I'm just touching her toes and giving no reward. It's like this. I went like tap, tap, tap. Okay, and as you can see, she's still very happy. Back down. Boop. Back. Back. Good, yes. So I really don't want her to put her paws up on the bar, and I don't want her to hang her paws over the platform. So you have to decide, you know, if you really want perfect obedience, those little details can become really fun games, okay? So that was a correction. A correction doesn't mean punishment. It doesn't mean abuse. It doesn't mean it hurts. It just, I went tap, tap, tap with no reward. Good girl. Good girl. So again, I don't like those treats. I'm kind of upset at BarkBox because I'm going to open up the gobble. There, I just lost 25 viewers. Okay, ASMR. Okay, that's a joke with me and some people. But anyway, so let's just talk for a second about why the platform. Okay, the platform is the same exact thing as the box. Okay, it's not the same thing, but it's the same concept. So this is the platform. It's raised. It's about the length and the width of my dog. Not super huge. It's made from rubber flooring. I put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces of rubber floor and duct tape them together. So she's going to go your platform. This is the same thing, but different. It's an area that my dog will learn to get in for squareness and for generalization and, you know, for conceptualizing fronts and finishes. So like, let's say you're working on the recall. Your dog will want to seek back. Your dog will want to seek that position because you've created a reinforcement zone, right? So because she's spent so much time there, she doesn't want to leave. Down, I can work on distance. Sit. Stand. Stand. Yes. Sit. Sitting up. Ooh, did you get closer to the cookie? Take a bow. Back bow. Take a bow. There. Stand. There. Yes. Okay. So when you create a reinforcement zone, you can start working on distance. Your stay becomes easier because the dog has a zone to stay on. So I'm leaving. I'm walking through the house. She turned around. That's not the best, but it's okay. Stay is stay, you know, and we've also been doing a lot of this. What a good girl. Is that your selfie? Stay. Take a bow. Oh, man. Get on there. Up sit. Good. Wave. Can you up sit? Can you wave? That's not a wave. Wave. Can you wave? Okay. Remember our target. So wave is a new trick for her. So I might use my target stick. Up sit. Wave. Wave. Yes, good girl. So remember on our last live, we created the target stick. So if she was having trouble, wave. Yes, good. Okay. And on our last live, we learned how to touch the target. Wave. Yes. And now, see how quickly, so she knows she can't really move forward because she's on her platform. She knows she wants to touch the target stick. And so now I have wave. Back. Good. Another thing, if I bring her forward, it can help her with her backup cue. But if you don't have a backup cue, you need to work on the backup cue. But watch. Come. Back. Yes. Yes. So I can work with precision. Come. Come. Back. Good. Yes. Good. Come. Okay. Back. Nice backing up. So, really fast, I'm going to show you guys how to start the backup. Good. But I highly recommend, I mean, you can make this for no money at all. I mean, like, it's garbage. I got like rotten flooring from something else, and you can make this, you know, these are just different parts of PVC, okay? About as long and as wide. Why? Because you create a reinforcement zone. We did, she's gonna go into her handstand. Oh my goodness, this dog. So when you create a reinforcement zone, then you can use that reinforcement zone to help you with your other obedience. Oh, Izzy's coming, she's coming. Let me show you guys back up really quick. So for a dog who doesn't know backup, I'm gonna have the food nose level and I'm gonna push, back, back, push, push. I push the nose and then I say yes. You might only get one little step. So come here, back, one step, yes, and feed. I'm gonna push her nose, back, yes, good. If your dog is going crooked like this, you can do it up against a wall, okay? So let me angle this to kind of, I'll use the couch as a wall. So, good girl. What are you doing? Do we just do handstands everywhere? Is that what you do? Yes, you're such a bird. Good, good girl. Okay, okay, come here. Okay, we've been working on walking. Good girl. Okay, walk it. Good. This is how I build core strength. Walk. Good. So that eventually she can walk without the couch. Good. Oops. Walk it. Good girl. Yes. Okay. I get sidetracked a lot because it is, you know, you have to have the dog in mind. My dog comes first. So like if she does something amazing, I'm going to go with it because it's, you know, free training and all that kind of stuff. So she's offering a trick that we've been working on for a long time. I'm going to go back to the backup. So I can have one leg up alongside her and I can push her back, back, back. Does that make sense? So that the couch stops her, the couch stops her from going crooked that way, and my leg stops her from coming out this way. So you have a cookie in the hand and you literally back, 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 back. You push on the nose. So it's not going to look fancy at first. Back, 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 back. Yes. Come. Good. Back, back. Yes. Good. Get it? Come here. Back. Yes. Good. And this again is where your target training will come in, right? So like if you have a target like a bucket or a platform, okay? If I'm working on back, come here. Hang on. Oopsie. Good. Good. Wait, come. Yes. Back. Yes. You got it? So like people are like, how do you back up? I don't want to do the platform, but the platform is why she has such a good backup. Does that make sense? Break. If your come command is bad, you can use it to create fronts. Come. Back. Yes. Good. Right? So again, break. You can use it. Buddy, go. Get out. Down. Stay. Let's say you're working, no dogs. you're working your come command to get really good fronts. I'm going to switch to a ball. Get ready, steady, break, steady, come, front, good come, okay? Come means come right to me. So with that platform, I can start working distance and my dog understands she has to hit that position. So again, yes, good girl. We're going to take a break. I'm going to go get Izzy so I can show you some things with Izzy, okay? And this is a really good point. So I just left. I did not tell my dog to stay. I did not tell her to stay. She wants to. I also didn't release her, okay? So a well-trained dog, they hold positions until you release them, but you need to go back and start that way, okay? Stay. Pissy. Come on, Pissy. Just Pissy. Stay. Good. Excellent. Good. Stay. Very nice. Yes. You get one, Pissy. Stay. Good. And I'm going to walk the second dog around here. Good. This is a great exercise in obedience class. Yes, while one dog is on a stay and the other dog gets to walk around a little bit. This is Izzy, everybody's favorite. Izzy's in training. Yes, good choice. Heel. Good girl. So here I am working with another dog. She's not trained at all. And this one's on a stay. Here. Good. Down. Good. Izzy. Come on, Izzy. Yes, good girl, Izzy. Good girl, come on. Good. What a good girl. Down. Good. So she was on a down, but that's pretty darn good. Excellent. So you can see, Izzy, it's an example, again, if you're just starting out with these stay commands and everything, the platform is so valuable to your training. She knows she has to be there. So in the proofing phase, yes, she would have probably left the platform, but she had so much reinforcement and so many treats and so many cookies on that platform that she almost never came off. But the few times she did, I was very prepared to move her and get her back to that platform I was like, and I really was like, and I picked her up and I put her back and then I treated her to death. And it was like 2 times of doing that. So I wouldn't even call it a correction. I would call it like an uh-oh or an oopsie. You know what I mean? So when you train correctly, your dog wants to seek that zone. And Izzy just wants to be trained. Izzy, so cute. Okay, I'm going to go put you away. Break, come on, break. Let's go. I'm putting this one away. Splitty's going to go away. Splitty, go. Whee! Come on, Izzy. Come on, Izzy. Woohoo! Okay, so I'm super excited. I have to pick up the platform. Oh, that's Splitty barking. So one thing that's really hard, if I went in that room to tell her to stop it or to correct her, that's what she wants. She wants correction. So I'm willing to leave her in there and she's barking. If my better choice would be to take this training outside to a place where she can't hear me, but you know what? It's training. I will never, ever, ever open that door or let her out if she's barking. Okay, that's it. So last time we did this post, Izzy would not, it was really hard for her to like get her front feet on something. So I'm starting with something bigger, okay? And Izzy loves this. So we just started with Izzy's sits, downs, and stands on the platform. So yes, good. I'm going to reward that 2 feet and I'm going to bring her forward with my lure. Yes, good girl. And watch how cute she is. Hang on a second. Now, even Izzy, see, she's not trained yet to stay there, but look, she's not leaving. Yes, good girl. Yes, she is not even at all. Hang on a second. Oh, she's so cute. Oh my God, she's so cute. Izzy, Pissy, are you cute? Are you cute? Oh, she's so cute. So she's not trained to stay at all, but just from the few, from the little training I did, I'm going to angle this a little better. Sorry, guys, it's not. Okay, that's a little bit better. Okay, yeah, what a good girl. So I'm going to bring her forward. Yes, as if I was going to walk her this way, and that's your stand. And then I'm going to touch the ground or touch the base of the platform for down. And then I'm going to go between stand. and I'm going to push back at a 45-degree angle for the drop down. Okay, so it's not a crawl forward down, it's a back down. She's going backwards to go down. You see that? And that's how you start to build your fancy drops. Up, good, down. And then I'm going to release. Break, break. See? Now, when you're training a dog, guess what? I pick it up because I don't have any treats. If she goes back on, I don't have a reward. But Splitty can stay on this all day while I leave the room. You see the difference? So it's not going to look fancy at first. You're just building an addiction to wanting to be on this. And then that can help you with your stay, your heel position, your hind end movement, your come, your recall. It can help you with everything, okay? Yeah, let's do some more. And Izzy, like I said, she did not like the bucket. So we moved her to the platform. Ready? Are you ready? Yes. Oh, you're so cute. So I'm going to put it sideways again. And at this point, I'm leading her to the back and I'm bringing her on from the end of the platform to get her nice and straight. And now I'm going to work with my sit. So I want her to up sit by tucking her rear end under. Okay. So our stand is I lure her forward, but push her back. Okay. And then if I want her to sit, I hold the treat up and forward, up sit. Yes. Up sit. I want her to tuck her rear end a little bit more. Okay, good. Stand. So I can lure her off and push back a little bit, lure her up. Good. That's a stand, even if she's off the platform. I don't mind. Down. She's just learning that this place and this position is wonderful. Stand. Yes. Oh, she's not on there. Stand. Good girl. Sometimes you can like put your hand here and just get them to kick their legs back so they don't feel like they're going to fall off. It's not a big deal. Down. And if they're in a bow position without their booty down, that's fine in the beginning. Stand. Good. Down. Good. So no movement with the front feet, hopefully. Up sit. There! So it's a tuck sit where they scoot their butt under. They don't sit by moving their front legs back. Stand. So she's not quite kicking those legs out, so I can help her with the position. Down. And you really want to practice going from down to stand and sit. Yes, to stand. Okay. See, that's not a back down. That's okay. Up sit. If you go to a sit, don't go to a down. Go through the position of stand.
My AirPods just cut out and then down. So you can see how like it's nothing fancy. Like if I did this post, people would go, "Oh, her dog's not very good." But people ask me and ask me and ask me, please work with a dog that's not trained, right? Now, hold on for 1 second. Izzy, come on. And I should have released her before she got off the board. Izzy, come here. Izzy, come. You're so pretty. Steady up. Izzy, go. Izzy, go. Good girl. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to see how... I owe 2 people callers that answered my question, but if anybody can answer my question, and I'm watching the answers, if anybody can answer my question, you're going to win a free Italian leather collar, my brand. And just to get you excited, hang on a second. Oh, she has one on. So I have blue, red, green, pink, and brown. They're Italian leather. They're padded. They're pretty. They say my name. Oops. They say Dina Dog. Is that backwards? Anyway, they're super pretty. And they will be available in my store soon. But whoever can answer my question, because I just want to make sure you're all watching, will get a free collar. And my question is, why did I let her out of the room? Why did I let her out of the room? Oh, you guys aren't. Earbuds cut out. Oh, you can still hear me? I know they cut out. Thank you. Okay, somebody who just said she stopped, I'm sorry, the one who said she stopped whining. And don't lie, it was the first one that said she stopped whining. And the whining was the word. Very good, you're right. But the first one that said it is gonna get a free, so direct message me with your name and your address and I will send you a free collar. So now I owe 3 people collars. I didn't get to the mailbox today, but they're all ready to go. So you're right. So she was in there barking her head off. Gotta show her face. She was in there barking her head off, right? And I said, I'm not gonna go in there and scold her. I'm not gonna scream no. I'm not gonna go in there and correct her. But when she was quiet for like 5 minutes, I went and let her out. I mean, that's dog training. Yes, very good. Stop barking. Very, 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 very good. But somebody answered it before. Okay, so again, I am going to stop now and we're going to go into Q&A. There was a ton more I wanted to do, but like I said, these are free and I kind of go with the flow. I look down, I see a question, I'm going to answer it. Whoever's the winner, text me, but don't lie because I can scroll back. So all my lives are saved so I can actually scroll back to this and see who really answered it first. And I promise I won't lie. Okay, hang on a second, you guys. So let's sit down. Come here, bits. All right. I'm hot and I'm tired and Splitty's tired. So maybe we'll do teeth brushing next time. Splitty, come here. You're gonna be here. I'm gonna be here. Okay. Hi, guys. Very good. You guys are awesome. What are the treats for the dogs that I'm using? Okay. So I use any kind of soft jerky. Chicken strips, jerky strips. You can use cheese, like string cheese, cheddar cheese. If you use cheese, go easy. Only use a little bit, but use very, very, very small little balls of it. Cheese, minimal amounts of like hot dogs sometimes. The treats I use today are called nudges. They're at every grocery store. They're very soft chicken. When I look for ingredients, I look for 100% chicken or 100% beef. It's hard to find, but you want them soft and you don't want them crumbly. I also use dry kibble because she's hand fed. So I don't have enough. She's too small of a dog to do as much training as I do. So I keep the kibble in my pocket and I feed her 2 cups a day. She gets that every day, but it comes from my hand for training. What are you struggling with? How do you get your dog to stop barking at everything he hears? So you guys, it's the same. If you teach leave it or teach no, okay? And the first phase, we worked on leave it today. So let's say the dog starts barking and you say leave it. If the dog barks again, you need to correct him. Okay? So listen, okay, she barked and growled at another dog. What do you do? Okay. You have to assess first. If your dog growled and barked at another dog, you have to assess first. Is your dog friendly? Okay? If your dog is friendly and loves other dogs and she's barking or growling because she's restricted on the leash, she's barking or growling at another dog, I would correct that. A correction means a leash pop. Absolutely. Okay? If your dog is aggressive because it doesn't like dogs or it's fearful of other dogs, then you're talking about resocialization. I mean, she has to learn to integrate back into a pack, and she'll probably have to learn to wear a muzzle if she's dangerous or she would act on that fear or aggression. She needs to be around friendly, non-reactive dogs. You can start walking. I do like a yield walk where I walk side by side, but about 20 feet apart with the other dog until I get calmness, and then they can move closer and closer. If she's too reactive for that, then you need to like find really, really friendly dogs and go slow. I mean, it's way, way hard to discuss that in a live post. So you might want to direct message me and I can help you over a Zoom. And you guys know I give so much information for free, but there's just certain questions I can't even start. Do you know what I mean? The floor is made of like children's playroom rubber mat. So the confusing part is it's like one piece of it is 2 different colors. So it's like the bottom side of the floor is red and the top side of the floor is blue. But there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So any kind of rubber mat flooring. This was like from my old, it was a garbage mat, what I call a garbage mat. So it had gotten so torn up from the dog's paws. It was our playroom floor. So we were gonna throw it out and I just made a bunch of platforms. Okay, it should be about as long as your dog, about as wide as your dog, and about, I like it like the length of a normal person's hand for every dog, whether it's a Chihuahua or a Great Dane or whatever. It works out to just have the height of your hand, the length of your dog, okay, and that's from front legs to back legs, not from the tip of the nose to the tip of the tail. It's from the dog, when the dog is in a square stand, that the front feet will be here and the back feet will be here. So when I say it's the length of the dog, you're looking at the front leg and the back legs. That's the length of your platform. If you make it too short, the stand is going to be weird because they're not going to want to fall off the end. So you really want to make sure they're in a big, fat, square stand, and that's the length of your board. And then the width of your board is about as wide as the front legs, a little, maybe an inch wider. Flooring. Okay, what jumping up and leash pulling. Okay, so you guys, this is great because I'm seeing a lot of the same questions. So jumping up, again, is a multi-part answer. It's a multi-part answer. I ignore the jumping up. I turn my back. I leave the room. The dog, I enter the room again. If the dog jumps, I leave the room again. And then I teach sit, I teach leave it, I teach stay. And if I say something and the dog chooses to jump, I'll leave the room again. So I go through this whole program of getting the point across in a really positive way with only treats, cookies, and ignoring, like taking my attention away. And if the dog after 6 weeks of training is still jumping, I'll do a leash correction. I have the leash, the dog is dragging around the leash 24/7. When that dog jumps up, I'll pop the dog down. I will boop like that. And if you say, what's a pop? You know, you have to also assess your dog. So I'm not gonna do this with like a Chihuahua. You have to assess the size of your dog, what type of correction, blah, blah, blah. But like, look, for everybody out there, you're gonna train your dog with 100% positive, right? And if after a year the dog still has a jumping problem, then when it jumps up, you go boop. When the dog jumps up, you go pop. Okay, that's it. You have to correct the dog. Hello, welcome, welcome. An extra large bully. So again, it doesn't matter if they're extra large, you have to go slow and you have to figure out, you know, is the dog trained? Does he have a perfect heel? Does he know how to sit? Does he know how to leave it? Which we worked on in the beginning of the post. And then you put on your collar, and if you have a flat collar and the dog is like, ignores the correction, put on a prong collar. So if he's an extra large bully, he's a lot stronger of a dog. You might need a collar that's gonna get through a little bit more. Prong collars are not mean. Look, every time I say that, I lose 100 people from the post. And I don't care. So what we're gonna do, so I've really hesitated to like do a live on correction because most of your questions, like how do I get my dog to stop jumping? How do I get my dog to stop barking? How do I get my dog to stop doing this or that? Okay, so training and untraining are very different. Training a behavior, you use cookies, treats, toys, motivation, all that. Untraining a behavior is the opposite, right? If I use a cookie to train a behavior, how do I use a cookie to untrain a behavior? It doesn't make sense. To the dog, it's very confusing. So if my dog pulls and goes out of heel position and I use a cookie to get her back, that's not training. You just reinforced your dog for pulling. Redirection it's a fine line. Okay, you guys have been training dogs for 30 years. I redirect all the time, but when your dog is pulling on the leash, it's not a redirection, it's a correction. Okay, so people, you know, when I first trained my dog what leash pressure is, that is early training and correction. So you want me to show you guys that? Do you use a collar and a leash or a harness? A collar and a leash. Harnesses train a dog to pull. Gentle leaders or head halties can fracture a dog's vertebra and spine because they use torque and they twist the dog's head around. As the dog is moving forward, the head halty turns the nose and you can get fractures in the spine. And I have 5 or 6 DVMs that will come on and say so. DVMs, veterinarians. Head halty, no, never. Prong collar, yes, one of the kindest collars you can use. Okay, so don't be scared. Put it on, try it, see what happens. Why does your dog always give you her paw? Well, put it on a command, say paw. Every time she does it, say paw. Kind of make it your idea. And then, you know, so she learns that is what paw is, because then you can learn that, you can transfer that into high 10 or a lot of cute tricks. And then, you know, if she puts her paw on you and you don't ask and you didn't want her paw, you can say leave it or or no paw, you know. But it's probably love and attention. Like when I'm driving, Splitty puts her little paw on my arm and then I give her scritches. I give her a scritch. So he still pulls, but not bad. Okay. A harness, the problem with harnesses is, yes, we're going to go over prong collar on my next live because I think a lot of people are scared. There's a lot of, oh, hi, Skippy. Skippy's here. There's a lot of people out there. My Chihuahua just got home. Come here, baby goo. Come here, let me see. Come here, Skippy boo. Come deliver me, Skippy. Oh, she's playing with the other dog. So my mother-in-law went to an assisted living and her Chihuahua, and we just brought the Chihuahua to go see my mother-in-law. So, can you bring me Skippy, please, so we can say hi to everybody? Can you bring me Skippy, please? Skippy and Splitty are playing. So, next Tuesday, we're going to go over, just pick Skippy up and deliver him to my lap. So, next Tuesday, what's today? Today's Thursday. Next Tuesday's live, we're going over the prong collar. We're gonna go over how to acclimate the dog to it so the dog learns. Just go ahead and pick Skippy up. Go ahead and pick Skippy up. And give Skippy to me. Skippy wants to play with Splitty, but I want Skippy. I want Skippy. Whoa! It's a baby dog. Poor Skippy. Skippy is like, I know you want to play with Skippy. I love this dog. Oh, you're getting treats? Oh, here, bring me one, because Skippy wants one.
That's dinner.
Oh, okay. It's our Chinese food. Okay, you want to go? Okay, she's a little scared. So Skippy wants food. Skippy wants food. Anyway, so resource guarding, okay, again, you guys, resource guarding is a huge, huge, huge discussion. So that's got to be its own hour-long talk, period. That dog cannot have bones, cannot have food in a bowl. There's a ton of stuff you can start doing now before we do. Hi, husband. See, Skippy's following the husband because the husband has the food, Chinese food. So resource guarding, it depends on if it's toys. If the dog is guarding something from you, that's major. That dog has to be hand fed. I would pick up all bowls, no food out of a bowl. I would do all hand feeding with that dog. And then I'd play offer the dog the higher value thing. So like, let's say you give the dog a bowl of kibble. I'd have my hand with steak in it. And I'd go, over here, over here. And when he leaves his kibble, he gets a piece of steak. He can go back to his kibble. But my hand coming in always has a higher value, so we can do stuff like that. Then you have to assess, is the dog, today's topic, you guys, I'm so sorry, it's over. So today's live started at 5, and I was actually on a few minutes before 5, but I have to get off right at 6 today. No, it's not shock collars. What are you talking about? We did not talk about shock collars today. I'm sorry. So if you guys are just getting on, a lot of your questions, like your dog is obsessed with the cat. We started this post at at 5 o'clock. We went over Leave It. And Leave It is what you would use on your cat. And I discussed how to train it, how to proof it, and that was all at 5 o'clock. So I'm so sorry. So come on at 5. And I always schedule my lives. And if you ask me again, we'll do it. Husband, let's see. Todd, come. Todd. He's not very well trained. He's ignoring me. Todd. I must be a bad wife. I don't know where he went. I think he went outside. Anyway, he tries to hide when I do my lives, but he went to get Chinese food, and I promised him we'd be done at 6 o'clock. So yes, we're going to enjoy our dinner, and thanks for coming on. So back to the resource guarding, because we have 1 more minute. I would start right now, hand feed, okay? And then you direct message me with, is your dog resource guarding with other dogs, like guarding his ball and attacking another dog, or is he doing it to you as a person? Because that's really, really, it's not super different, but I would handle it different ways. So we can do that. And I really, really thank you guys for coming on. I'll see you next Tuesday. I'm gonna try to do 5 p.m. Eastern, unless a lot of you that were on would rather do 8 p.m. Eastern, but that gets really late for me. So I'm gonna try to do 5 p.m. Eastern next Tuesday. Direct message me your urgent, like, please do a live on this or that. And we'll go from there, add to the calendar. Okay, awesome. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.